The Leader of the Official Opposition.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. I rise to speak in support of Motion 19 on the order paper today. And before I begin my remarks, I want to thank all of those who are in the galleries today. And I think that what we've just witnessed in question period and the juxtaposition of the acrimony that happens in this legislature so often has now been replaced by a genuine and sincere belief that when we work together to correct historic injustices, good things can come from the legislature of BC. And it's grateful, I am grateful to those who are in attendance today that they can see how important this issue is for all of us in this legislature today. Government members, opposition members, independent members, to stand as one in unison to recognize the absolute disgrace that has been the position that the government of British Columbia has had historically with respect to Chinese Canadians. I was born here on Vancouver Island, not far from where the first Chinese Canadians landed in 1788 with Captain John Mears. And I was born in Victoria, where the first Chinese woman landed here in 1858, and also where many thousands of Chinese Canadians settled after the completion of the CP rail in 1885. I was born in 1959, not 50 years after some of the most hateful and despicable legislation had ever been brought forward in this legislature. There was work here that took away the dignity and the rights of individual citizens, absolutely unheard of in today's contemporary Canada with a Charter of Rights and Freedoms that we're so proud of. Absolutely despicable legislation and activities that happened right here in this chamber. When I arrived as a legislator here, I had an even more profound understanding of what it must have felt like to be a Chinese Canadian with the seat of power oppressing your very rights, denying your ability to vote, taking away your property, denigrating the work that you do, putting you at risk every day, and then denying your right to citizenship. I studied history at university, and I'm grateful for that because I have a better understanding than most Canadians of this tragedy, and I'm grateful to many scholars who have persisted in bringing these issues forward so that British Columbians and Canadians and people of the world will have a better understanding of the stain the Premier so eloquently talked about. The intent of the legislation, the motions and the reports that were brought forward over 100 years ago were bloody-minded, they were cruel, and their determination and intent was to suppress a people. Today's generation doesn't understand that. I have children, the Premier has children, many of us in this place have children. And when I look at them, they don't see color. They don't see ethnicity. They just see people. I'm grateful for that generation. But the apology that we're going to endorse today unanimously is just a first step. What we need to do is ensure that the history of these tragic events, the events that we're here to shine a light upon, continue on after today. We need to take the next step and ensure that our education curriculum says clearly and categorically that it's not all roses and sunshine when we look at the history of British Columbia and the history of Canada. There are dark moments, as the Premier articulated. Those dark moments need to be shown. If we are to grow and be better as a people, if we're going to embrace the multicultural nature of this legislature and our communities, we have to talk about the past. We have to talk about it in sorrow. And today, I believe, we can talk with pride that this generation is turning its backs on the past, turning its backs on people who sat in this place and took away the rights of a group of citizens because of their race. My kids, the Premier's son, children of other members in this place would not contemplate that. It's abhorrent to this generation, but to the generations that are represented here today in the gallery, on behalf of the official opposition, I offer you my sincere apology for the drastic actions that were taken by legislators in this place, and I give you my hope that in the future we will be able to stand together proudly and talk about the province that we can build together, a multicultural province that allows everyone the same hope and opportunity regardless of where they came from, regardless of their political views. This is a proud day for me, it's a proud day for all of us, but it is a day long overdue for the people sitting in this chamber observing our proceedings today. To them, I offer my apology for saying that we didn't do this sooner. But to the Premier, to the government, and to the members of the opposition, Independent and New Democrat, we should be proud of what we're doing today. It's not every day that we can come to work and try, in a modest way, to redress the crimes of the past. We do that, and Honourable Speaker, with that I'll conclude my remarks, and again, thank the Premier for bringing this forward. I also want to spend a moment to thank the member for Vancouver Mount Pleasant, who for our side has been absolutely diligent on this issue since she came to this place in 1996. And to her I offer my sincere appreciation for her work, and to all members of this House and to the Minister for Immigration for stewarding the consultation process that many here participated in. Thank you as well. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.